this is day 2 of factoring. The next technique is the grouping method. So this may be new, but it's about the same. It's not a huge jump. Okay, it's grouping method. So grouping method requires 4 terms or any even number of terms. So like 6 terms would work, 8 terms would work, but we'll probably just stick with the 4 terms. All right, so here there are 4 terms, 1, 2, 3, 4. And what we're going to do is group the first 2 together and group the second 2 together. All right, here's what we're going to do. So group the first 2 together and you look for the greatest common factor. The greatest common factor here is x squared, right? The first 2, x squared should definitely be the greatest common factor, including some number. But here, there is no leading coefficient, so there's no number in common. So I'm taking an x squared out, so that's x plus 5. Now, whenever this term is negative, it doesn't matter if the last term is negative or not. Whenever this term is negative, you're going to take a negative out. Okay? And you're going to divide by the common factor. The common factor here is 2. And that's going to give you x plus 5. It's giving you plus 5 because negative 10 divided by negative 2 is positive 5. Also notice I now have something in common again, x plus 5. So I am taking out the common factor yet again. So when I take x plus 5 out of this group, that's going to leave me x squared. And I take x plus 5 out of this group, that's going to leave me minus 2. And that's it. Now, sometimes you need to check to see if this is factorable. There is an x squared, there's a minus sign, so it's potential. But 2 is not a perfect square, so you do not continue factoring. And this is the answer. Let's go over here. 42. Okay. All right, let's look at here. We're going to group the first 2 together, and we're going to group the last 2 together. What's the common factor between these 2? Well, 7 goes into both of those. 7 goes into 42 6 times. 7 goes into 35 5 times. So it's going to be 7, and you're going to take the x squared out. That's going to give you 6x plus 5, right? 42 divided by 7 is 6. 35 divided by 7 is 5. I'm taking x squared out of both of those. Reduce it by 1. I'm going to reduce it by 2, rather. And taking x squared out of x squared, there is no x left over. In the second pair, you're taking out 5. I've got to sneeze. Excuse me. All right. Now, again, there's a common factor of 6x plus 5. And by the way, if that does not happen, something went awry. You've done something wrong. So I'm taking a 6x plus 5 out of both of them. From this part, there's a 7x squared left. From this part, there's a plus 5 left. Again, that's a perfect, 7 is not a perfect square, so don't bother checking anymore. It's done. That is the answer. And that was day 2 of factoring.